Alright, today we are going to be doing some valve cover gaskets. I already know well, you guys already know that I already did one of these videos, but I'm just going to do a better version of the valve covers, make it quicker and faster. Then I got to do both motor mounts on these guys. I got to see what else is wrong with this vehicle too. So those are the first things I want to check off. Got this T's leaking, so I got to replace that guy that's right there. So I'll replace that later down the road. But we're going to do all sorts of fun stuff on this vehicle. So first we'll start off with the valve covers, and then I'll make another video on the motor mounts. So first thing that we're going to go ahead and do, we're just going to pop off this engine cover and then just wiggle it back and forth. And then pull right back. So basically you're going to have these heater core hoses right here, so we're just going to move those to the side. We're going to remove this 10mm bolt, and there's another 10 right behind this bracket under this. We're going to remove that, and then your wire loom is going to be connected with this. Get that out of focus, and it's going to be pushed on this stud right here. That's going to be a 10mm. You're going to take that one off. So there's going to be 2 and 3. So one on top, one under this. Four, we're going to take that one off. There's going to be that one. And then that one all the way in the back, that stud. In order to get to that one, we're going to need to remove this ignition coil right there. So we're going to remove that ignition coil. We'll take off those 2 10mm bolts. Unplug the connector. That's right there. We'll just pop that guy right off. And then disconnect the wire on the bottom. And then we'll go ahead and pop off this whole assembly. We're going to take off all the wires too, off the ignition coil. And then we'll disconnect this guy disconnect the ignition coil harness as well. Now we're going to loosen the bolts to the valve cover. There's going to be 4 bolts that are holding on that are holding actually the cover in. So it's going to be these guys right here. There's one right here. Here's the second one, third one, and then the 4th one's right back there. And then those are all 8mm. When you want to lift this guy up, make sure you disconnect this hose. And be careful you don't break this. And then inspect this PCV hose right here, because sometimes these guys crack and they'll give you a lean code. So move out the wires out the way, and then we'll just lift right up. The valve cover. I'm going to go ahead and clean this guy off, get some of the parts, and then reinstall them. But in the meantime, I'll take off the driver's side. Alright, so now on the driver's side, this side's a lot more easier than the passenger side. So it's pretty much the same process. We're going to have to take off this 10mm, this one right there, this one, pop off this, and take off that one. And then there's one more right there. We're gonna take off this one where my finger's pointing at. And then we're gonna take off this PCV hose too. Disconnect this. And then pull off the spark plug coil wires. And then we're gonna take off the 4 bolts that are holding in the valve cover. So now we have the valve covers all cleaned up. Okay, so basically we're going to go ahead and change these grommets out. The way how you want to get these off is you'll get a blade and then you just cut right into it. Should be nice and smooth. And I didn't show how to pull these guys out too, but you're just going to kind of pull back and forth on these guys and just wiggle them back and forth until they pop out. So here's our valve cover gasket set. I'm using Felpro. Here's the part number. It's pretty much the same from 2001 to 2014, I believe. And I actually used for the 5.72, so it's probably prior to that. The way how we're going to go ahead and install these, it'll be nice if you dab these guys with a little bit of oil, but we're going to do that right now. And then you're going to kind of angle it while twisting it. Just like that. And just keep spinning it. And bam. So that's how we install these guys. But again, it's easier if you do it with oil, so you don't rip this part, and then just repeat that process for the rest of them. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put in our gaskets. So you basically want to kind of go with the skinnier side. That will be going towards the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and install our plugs. So I like to put these guys all the way at the bottom and then wiggle them down. If you do get some stubborn ones like this one, you can just kind of push down, tap down with the flathead. Make sure you're not damaging the lip. And make sure that they're seated in the inside completely flat. And then I'm just going to go ahead and repeat this process for the rest of them. And we'll get back to installing everything. Then you want to go ahead and clean your surface area with brake cleaner. Just clean all this up. Go set this guy in. Make sure that the grooves right here that are facing towards the intake manifold. So the driver's side's all completed. Got everything all mounted. Don't forget this PCV hose and this connector, and then the cables. Now we'll start on the passenger side. Alright, so we got everything all installed. Video kind of cut out a little bit. So basically what I did was just threaded that rear bolt down, put on the ignition coil, and put on this bracket. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If this video helped you out, comment below. Don't forget this PCV hose. And if you do get like some P0 171 or 172 for running rich, just check these hoses right here, because sometimes these guys will rip when you pull them off or install them, so they'll crack on that, so those will cause your vacuum leaks. But again, if it helped you out, comment below, hit the thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button down below for more upcoming videos in the future. And thanks for watching.